Previously on Babies and Broadswords.
All right, so you head down back to the hub, and you make your way towards the tunnel that smells good. The two of you are following after Henry, and there is a crash from where Henry was. And you have just enough time to see where a hole has opened up. The two of you fall down the hole.
Where's Daebella and Ignatius? And
Daebella says, we'll find another way. We can't get, it's too far. The three of you managed to get your way out of the storage room. And now that you find yourself at the end of a hallway, there is a sound of water. Henry, you hear, coming from the end of the tunnel,
I'm Alistair Tubbs, the alligator.
Hi, Alistair. I'm Pumpkins.
Is my buddy David, the crocodile. We call him Crockett. Come on, I got the trail. We can go down this way.
Okay.
You guys head back, and sure enough, Al, that smell gets stronger and stronger. You got the trail. The kids all scurry up this pile of rocks.
The smell is coming from up.
So you're in the dark hallway again. There's a little light shining up from the hole where you just were, and that smell of flowers is stronger now, coming from the other end of the hallway. Eventually, you see a pinpoint of light from the end of the tunnel, and the smell gets stronger. The tunnel eventually opens up to a verdant garden, and a voice from some of the tall grass squeaks out, who's there? Oh, I remember the mushroom girl. She smelled like mushrooms. They didn't stop to chat. They just said
Which
something
way did
about...
they go?
He points off on the other side of the garden. Yeah, and I would have told them not to go that way, but they just kept on going before I could say anything. You don't want to go down that hallway.
But why you don't want to go that hallway?
It's full of unicorns.
Good day, everyone, and happy holidays to all of you who I'm looking at right now. You folks at home will hear this after the fact, but hi, everyone. It's nice to see your faces and hear your voices. Welcome to another episode of Even Footing. So we need to get on the same page. Are we using APA? Are we using Chicago? Like, what's our formatting plan here?
Why do we keep finding different size of dashes?
Yes,
I don't know.
I swear they change in our sleep. And you might be thinking, hyphen size, dash size, who's gonna notice? You'll notice.
You'll notice.
Once you see
Someone
it, you will notice. And
they'll notice now.
The person who notices and says something on Reddit and comments and yada, 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 that's my favorite person. Okay, that all being said, though, the book is very, very close. We are hoping to have it out next month, although when we air this episode, it'll be next month. So later on in this month, which would be January, is very, very, very much our hope. I think we're on the right track to have that done. But for now, let's play the game, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I guess we can. I mean, it seems like a good idea, right?
I mean, if you've got anything else going on, Jack, we understand, but
Well, I have this rash around here.
Okay, and we're moving right along. Moving on.
That's why you don't let vampires bite you.
That's true.
Thank you for reminding me about that.
With your crunchy blood. Yep. I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do about the vampirism and
the gargoyle vampirism.
And you giving your name to the invisible grandpa. I have thoughts. I'm just not sure how I'm gonna. Yeah,
I think a running theme I have with my characters is they usually tend to do the thing they probably shouldn't do.
Yeah, that's good.
Because it's fun.
In our last episode, for our players, you had found your way into the underground and were traversing down a pathway that was all dark but smelled like flowers and fresh laundry and all sorts of clean, nice things. And following your tiny little noses, you went that direction. However, as nice as the tunnel smelled, it wasn't as sturdy as you'd have liked, and as a result, Thwompkins, Henry, and Esteban fell down a hole and ended up in another area.
Down in a hole.
They found themselves into what seemed like some sort of cookie smuggler den hideout. And while exploring for a bit more, they found another river and met with Crockett and Tubbs, two cookie investigators, because one was an alligator and one was a crocodile. I want to make sure I hit that pun. They were investigators. One was an alligator, Crockett and Tubbs. Crockett helped.
Laughter.
I'm waiting for the applause, the laughter sign to go up on
the stitches. I'm sorry,
yeah.
I can't.
You're not helping me. You're really not. All right. Henry Thwompkins and Esteban, with help from Crockett, were able to find their way back out of the tunnel and continue along their journey. Ignatius and Daebella, who did not fall down the hole, in typical kid fashion, said, "Okay, good luck, guys," and kept on walking.
That sucks, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's continue on with the two of them to see what they were up to for now, while the other three were running around with investigators in another part of the underground.
And using Henry as a backpack.
So Ignatius and Daebella, you've been traveling down this dark tunnel, following the smell of flowers and plants and freshness. A hole has opened, and the two of you, quick and nimble as you were, did not fall down into it. However, we can't necessarily say the same for Thwompkins and Henry, who are both heavy and kind of klutzy, and Esteban, who I guess just wanted to go down the hole and slowly floated himself down. Being a vampire, he's not exactly worried too much about falling anywhere since he sticks to walls. The two of you kind of waved at them, and they told you to go on ahead, which I'm guessing you probably were already moving along.
Had that idea already.
Yep. I'm already going. Yeah. Well, sure, it'll be fine. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Let's find new friends since these ones are gone forever. And so you're continuing along down the hallway. The tunnel in the underground is getting darker and darker, but the smell is getting heavier and heavier.
The sweet smell?
The sweet smell, the flowery smell. It's almost getting pungent, where it's starting to overwhelm your senses just a little bit. Your head's feeling a little dizzy. Maybe not you so much, Daebella, since you come from outside. You've been in nature before. But Ignatius, your little Tabaxi nose is used to smelling dust and rotten porridge and diapers. Not so much fresh flowers and greenery. And it's getting a little difficult to concentrate with this heady aroma.
Oh, it smells familiar.
Smells good. I like it. I like it to make me feel good.
That's right. Plants can make you feel good. It's darker. You're noticing that it's getting darker and darker, though. So what are you don't have any light source that I recall. You're just kind of feeling your way along the tunnel, and you get to the point where you can't see anything, but the smell is getting stronger.
Well, here's a question. How flexible are the kind of magical abilities that we can do?
Depends on what you're trying to do.
Could I perhaps... So, Play With Us Forever and Ever is a manifestation of your Warwock powers, we can say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could I maybe use those powers to, get fluorescent mushrooms for a minute? For one round or something?
Yes, that's fine. So, you'll use that power and take all the...
Yes, all the stuff that I need to take.
All the stuff that it entails. Daebella closes her eyes for a moment, and these two little tendrils, these root tendrils, come out of her ears, and they're glowing blue on the ends of them, and they kind of waver back and forth in front of her. Ignatius, Daebella's got roots coming out of her ears.
Daebella, what's going on? Are they coming out?
No, it was dark, and I thought we could see better.
Oh.
Sometimes it makes light in my head, so now it's gonna make light outside my head.
Oh. That's kind of... It's kind of weird, Daebella.
I can't tell if that's weird or deep.
It's deeply weird. It's unsettling.
I don't think it's weird.
It's okay, Daebella. I'm glad you could do that, though. Look, I can sort of see now.
You can sort of see, as long as you stick close to Daebella and the glowing fungal tendrils coming out of her ears.
Hey, Daebella, just tell him not to touch me, okay?
You can see a few inches ahead of you. It's enough to keep down the scares that were kind of slowly building from the darkness as you continue to follow your nose. After a few minutes of walking, you can see light coming from the end of the tunnel, and you notice patches of greenery on the walls. Clump of ivy here, a random kind of flower budding there. They're both coming out of the floor, they are coming off of the walls, and the farther along you walk, the more greenery there is. Both of you give me a crafty roll, but Daebella, give yourself a +1 for being an outside critter.
That's an 11, 12 with the +1.
Ooh.
Yeah, I get a +1 to crafty, I rolled a 5, and I have 5 precocious next.
Okay.
I got 7.
Daebella, you start to feel at home the more plants you see. This not necessarily at home, but a sense of the familiar. And you feel comforted and calmed down by all the greenery. And you actually start to run a few steps ahead and just start kind of running your fingers. Are you wearing shoes?
Probably not.
Okay, then you are running your toes through all of the grass patches, the moss patches, just kind of feeling a little bit more at home than you have in a long time. Ignatius, the only time you've seen this much green, it's usually either, well, it's mold more often than not. It's because somebody hasn't cleaned your space in a long time, and it makes you a little nervous about going forward. Lose 1 grump or take 1 grump damage.
Wow, look at all this. It's beautiful here.
I mean, you could say that.
He's just angry at the plants.
He's just like batting at him. Yeah. I don't trust it.
Did you touch it? Touch it with your feet.
No. Give me a headache.
Ignatius, you are stepping between the moss patches, whereas Daebella is stepping on every patch that she comes across.
Daebella, that's how you got those mushrooms in your head.
Yeah, and they've helped me. They helped you just now.
I don't want mushrooms in my head. Just saying. It's okay.
Is that all right with you that I don't want mushrooms in my head? As the light gets brighter, Daebella, you feel a tugging from the 2 tendrils coming out of your ears, as if they are drawn to all the greenery.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to maybe tug a little harder, as if they're itching to get out.
Oh. I cover my hands over my ears. Stay!
Try to push them back in. You put your fingers in your ears and try to push the tendrils back in. And there's a little resistance there for a bit, and the resistance gets stronger the further into the greenery you go. And now you're in it. The tunnel has opened up, and it's a large chamber, probably about your kids. So it's maybe 30, 40 yards across, which seems huge to you guys. Yeah.
Million miles.
It's like a billion miles.
It's
and it's
big.
all green. It's still sizable. It's definitely big.
Yeah.
There are hedges and bushes and flowers and topiary, and there is no sign of the sun, but somehow there's a light source somewhere up near the ceiling that seems to be giving these plants enough juice to grow. And Daebella, you feel that pounding in your head as the tendrils are trying to get out. Ignatius, Daebella looks a little bit uncomfortable now, and you can see her eyes are glowing just a little blue.
Daebella?
I think the mushrooms really like it here. But maybe I'm not gonna like it here.
I don't know. I think something scary's going on.
But it's pretty. I don't think this is the laundry room, though. I haven't seen laundry.
This is bigger than the whole Lady Chastity's and the laundry room put together.
Sure. For a 4-year-old, that probably feels true. Yeah, absolutely.
Can I look around and see if I can, see any other mushrooms, I guess?
Give me a nosy roll.
Try and figure out exactly where these things are trying to pull me towards.
Yeah, give me a nosy roll.
That is 7.
You feel a tugging towards... They seem to want to go to the center of the room, to the very center. You guys are on the outskirts right now, so you can't quite see where they're going. You just see kind of tall grass and hedges, but you're definitely feeling a draw towards the very middle of the room.
Is it like a maze that's in front of us? Are we at the entrance of it?
You guys are... Right now, all you can basically see is like, not necessarily a maze, but there's tall grass and moss that covers the floor, and on lining the outer rim and kind of the sides are hedges. So it's as if someone has cut a pathway through a mass of hedges that goes kind of to the middle, and then there are little branching paths here and there. But if you had to guess, and you knew enough about topiary, you would probably guess that the plants were here first, and then someone tried to carve out a bit of order out of the chaos.
Okay. I guess I want to talk to my locket and see what they think of all this, because the mushrooms in my head are kind of like, I assume that they're the people in the locket talking to me, so
that's
maybe they have something to say.
Sure,
yeah.
Sure.
I open up my locket.
Ignatius Daebella's eyes go white like they do. They roll up in her head, and she's staring off into the distance. Daebella, once your locket opens, tendrils kind of creep out of the locket and manifest...
No. Not this again.
manifest into these two glowing blue figures. The shorter one grins at you in a matronly sort of way and says, "Hello, Daebella. Oh, you brought us to a very interesting place today, haven't you?"
Oh, I think so. Do you know where this is?
"No," says the taller one. "We don't not know this place at all, but we feel very, very comfortable here. Maybe we will stay for a while. There is something here to help us grow." And the shorter one says, "Yes, growing would be very good for all of us.
I want to grow up.
Maybe we should all just grow here. Maybe we just put our roots down and grow."
I can hear all this.
You can't hear anything. She's just
staring off in the distance.
She's staring off in the distance, yeah. And the two little tendrils are like flailing back and forth. And Jimmy, you watch them start to flail back and forth, and then they start to start winding their way out of her head and trickling down to the ground.
Oh, Daebella, what's happening?
"This is not the place we had intended for you, Daebella, but perhaps this is a better place, where we can grow without being disturbed, forever and ever." They seem very intent on staying, Daebella, and they seem very unsure of themselves, which is, they've never been, not unsure of themselves before, but nonplussed. They've never been like confused or kind of out of themselves like they are right now. They're very entranced by this place.
Okay.
Ignatius, the tendrils are getting closer and closer to the ground. And the Daebella, the two of them hold hands, and they take out their hands. They hold out their hands to you. And you can see that little tendrils are starting to come out of them as well and move towards the ground.
Ignatius will back away a little bit, but not out of the small amount of light she's emitting. He's just going to try to avoid what's happening here.
It seems, if you knew what putting down roots meant, Ignatius, it seems almost like Daebella is a plant trying to plant herself into the ground here.
I don't think that now's the time for digging. Daebella, you're scaring me.
Well, maybe we could... We gotta grow up in other places and move around. You said you had ideas and plans.
Maybe this is a better plan. Yes, maybe we stay here forever. This is a nice place. This is good place. Good roots. We'll stay here. And they just kind of drowse, and they're just rocking back and forth, holding hands and holding their hands out to you, Daebella.
I try and shut the locket.
Give me a muscly roll. You're feeling resistance on the locket.
Oh yeah, that's a 6.
You're pushing the locket closed, and there's resistance there. Ignatius, you can see Daebella's. She looks like she's trying to close her locket, but it's like something is pushing back, and you think you almost see like two little roots, with little fingery roots, trying to open it back up again.
I'll reach over and try to help her push it back. Don't worry, Daebella, I got you.
All right, give me muscly roll.
Muscly, it's going to be a 7.
Good thing we got 2 beefy characters here.
Right. There's a snap, and the locket closes. And Daebella, the right before they're sucked back into the locket, their eyes seem to clear up, and they say,
We are sorry, little one. We do not know what came over us. Too much greenery, perhaps, but this is a magic place, and its magic was almost too powerful for us. But you have saved us, Daebella.
Yes, you have proven once again we have chosen wisely. We have chosen wisely. And they get sucked back into the locket. The 2 tendrils that were coming out of your ears, Daebella, roll back up into your ears. Yeah, it's like, ooh. And you kind of come to with Ignatius, and he's 2 inches from your face, and he's got his hands over your hands on the lock, and he's just staring at you.
Oh my gosh, Daebella.
Thank you.
That was a close one.
Oh, you're very strong. Thank you.
Ooh, it was because I was so scary.
You kept your cool.
Yeah, it's because I've been practicing.
Maybe we just take a quick peek at the middle of the maze and then leave.
Oh, you know what? Okay.
There might be something good there.
I don't know if there'll be any cookies out here.
Dirt cookies, yeah.
Ooh.
Sunflower cookies.
Oh, no. Throw them away.
I like sunflower cookies.
And somewhere off in the distance, echoing through the tunnels, is Swampkins just going, cookies! Since they did find cookies.
Yeah, they found cookies in the sewer. You get to the middle, and it's just it's a patch of grass, but it's been mowed down, or it's been cut down. It's shorter than the grass surrounding everything else. Give me a nosy roll, both of you.
Heyo, 10.
Heyo.
8.
You both kind of at the same time, when you're kind of poking around in the grass here, you notice 2 metal rails and some wooden slats that have been overgrown by the vegetation, by the grass, but they seem to continue off down one of the branching paths into a wall of what you thought was just ivy, but these tracks, these rails seem to go into that what seemed to be a solid wall. But Ignatius, now that you kind of follow along the sight line and you follow the rail, you can see it now that you've noticed it. You can see patches of black, of light, kind of interlaced in the ivy, as if it wasn't the wall, it might be covering another tunnel, another way to go.
Maybe over here, maybe.
Ignatius, give me a brainy roll.
That's gonna be an 8.
You have played with You have played with trains before. This looks like a train track, just much bigger, because you played with toys, and this is not a toy. So some sort of train-like conveyance might have traveled along these tracks at one point.
You know what, Daebella? This reminds me, you remember that silver toy train? Well, it goes on little tracks, and it looks a lot like this. I mean, I'm just saying, it looks a lot, maybe a wheel train. Look like a wheel train.
This is just a track, though?
Yeah.
Maybe if we follow it, we find real train.
The only thing is, I don't know how a train gonna get through here. Like this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if we follow it, maybe it'll go somewhere, kind of cool. What do you think?
I think we should go look. We might find a train.
Did you ask?
Maybe it crashed.
Did you ask your mushrooms?
I think they need a break right now.
Woo, me too. Okay, that's
time out. They don't want to be in here anymore, so.
Oh. Well, that's good, right?
I think so.
Or bad if they're still in there. I know when I'm in a room I don't want to be in, that room can't hold me.
No room can hold me.
That's right. Okay, we'll just go this way then, and I'll motion toward where I think
I follow.
Go.
All right. You guys follow along the train tracks, and sure enough, that wall of ivy, the tracks do continue along through the grass and past this big wall of ivy, and it doesn't take too much. You guys just start ripping chunks of plants away, and the trains continue on into the darkness. The track continues along into the darkness, I should say. There are flashes kind of light from the end of the tunnel. You could see twinkling, so there it's not pitch dark like the other was. And you continue along, following the tracks. You're both standing. Each of you is balancing on one rail, seeing who can walk on the balance beam of the rail for the longest before they fall off, like kids do. Not really paying attention to your surroundings. You've got your eyes on the rail ahead of you, which is why you really don't notice the huge spider web that covers the entire tunnel until you're almost right on it. And you stand in front of this web that reaches up to the ceiling, which is about maybe 10 or 11 feet up, and across all the walls, and it's blocked the exit. It's blocked the remainder of the tunnel.
Uh-oh.
Remember what I said about not being able to hold me?
And starts searching around, see if I find any areas that I think I could slip through.
That you could squeeze through?
Yeah.
Give me a nimble roll there, Ignatius. See what we can find.
The nimble.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 9.
It's pretty tight, but you see a spot that you could probably just scurry through without shaking the spider web. Daebella would not fit through, though. You are, you're a little smaller and lighter and lither than she is. So you could probably squeeze through this opening, but Daebella's not going to be able to fit.
I'm going to pull out my pokey fork and see if I can just make this hole a little bit bigger.
Tear it.
As you pull out your pokey fork and start kind of twanging, the spider web's actually surprisingly thick. Like, it's not gossamer webs. And you hear a voice behind you that says, "I wouldn't do that if I were you."
What? Who there?
Who is it?
You turn around. Who snuck up on you? And there's Henry and Thwompkins with a large furry creature with a long snout and that ends in kind of a weird star-shaped formation, and he's tapping a cane. And he says again, as he motions to the spider web with his cane, I wouldn't touch the web unless you want a whole bunch of new friends coming down that hallway.
Everybody likes friends, though.
I like friends.
Daebella, Augustus. And Thwompkins runs over and hugs them.
Oh, you guys, we missed you. Where you been? What you following? You playing games?
Are we on one side of the...
No, remember you when we ended with you guys, Crockett had helped you get out of the hole. You found your way into the garden room as well, and there was an old man there who told you that your friends had just skittered on through the passageway just a little bit ahead of time. Yeah.
Right, so we're on the same side of the
You're
web.
on the same side, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hugs all around then.
Hugs are administered.
Yes.
Reunited and it feels so good.
And I gotta say, I like seeing you, but right now I really like seeing you.
Same, buddy, same.
We fell down a hole. We got cookies. Henry was crying and was sad, so I gave Henry a piggyback for a while. And then we met these guys, and they're really cool. There you go. And then we went through this room with flowers, and it's like, oh my god, the flowers are so pretty. And we were like,
the flowers.
Yeah. And Henry kept saying, yeah, Henry missed you, and I missed you too. And yeah.
You guys. I'm feeling a little bit, emotional here.
Ignatius, I'm sorry.
It's okay if you got a fart.
I do got a fart.
I would just say, no matter what, just don't lean right here, okay? This doesn't seem like a safe place to lean.
No, you should have seen it. I didn't like it.
I think he's gonna be cool here too. He'll be okay. Right?
I don't know how to be cool without leaning.
So you pretend. Watch.
Smolder.
I'll cross my
that
arms.
I can do. That I can do. Smolder is second nature to me, but I can't. It's hard without leaning.
Check it out.
You can lean on me.
Pretend. You pretend. Watch. And Ignatius will pretend like he's leaning with his arms crossed and kind of whistling. The working guy.
Give me a cool roll there, Jimmy.
Cool.
You can lean on me.
That's a 9.
Hey, he's pulling it off. He's surprisingly pulling it off.
Henry wants to try too.
All right, Henry can try to be cool and lean on nothing at all too. Yep.
Okay. Henry got an 8 without even using his neck.
Henry also pulls it off.
Oh, Henry. Gosh, it's so good to see you looking so cool.
I didn't think I could be cool without you, but it's just because you're here.
No, I think Henry found a little confidence when he was in charge of the group for a little bit.
You were cool when we were down there.
What?
Well,
was Henry cool?
Henry was so cool. Henry was talking to those two guys, and Henry was so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Gosh.
mostly I told them that the secret to coolness is when to be quiet, because they weren't quiet at all.
Oh, that's not very cool to do too much talking.
No, not cool at all.
And Thwompkin's just in there like tight-lipped, like making a face. So tight-lipped, he's making a face.
Jack, no one can see the face you're making.
I know. That's why I described it.
Well, sometimes talking just right is cool, though. Like you, Thwompkins, you talk just right.
Oh, okay. That's good, because I wasn't breathing for a second there.
Breathing's cool.
Henry gives Thwompkins a look like, you gotta tone it down a little bit with the talking.
Thwompkins sees a look. Oh, you got a fart too?
Probably.
I hope that's it. Sometimes it's not just it.
Wow, you guys are a delight.
So you guys found cookies? All we found was mushrooms and plants.
Oh, we found these flowers, and then he pulls out the flower that he ran back in and took.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give this to Cindy, because Cindy, I was told by one of the nurses that you give your little girlfriends flowers, and I'm like, what?
Thwompkin got a girlfriend. Thwompkin got a girlfriend.
And Thwompkin's just sitting there like, the nurses say she's my little girlfriend.
Thwompkin's got a girlfriend.
Okay.
Got a girlfriend.
How compet.
Okay. He's like,
Thwompkin's Aunt Cindy sitting in a tree.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
I mean, she's a fire elemental, so her in a tree isn't good.
L-M-N-O-P.
N-O-T. Yeah.
I don't know what that spells.
It's kissing.
Just kissing.
Hey,
Kissing.
Hey, Thwompkins, give me a guile roll.
6.
Guys, you're so embarrassing. Stop it.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it's making me kind of gotta.
Take one
weird.
grump because you cannot stand the onslaught of
Cannot process.
teasing. It's too much.
I don't know what you're teasing me about, but you're teasing me about something, and I don't know if I like it very much.
I put my two pointer fingers together and rub them back and forth.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
It's kissing.
The embarrassment. Oh,
I don't know what that means.
All right,
guys. You guys are brutal.
And it's funny because you guys came up with Cindy, not me. You missed that, Jimmy.
You lean into it.
I have no problem. I have no problems.
You yes and that nonsense, and this is what happens.
I am okay with that. I think it's hilarious.
I saw this conversation recently, so
yeah. Ignatius embarrasses you into physical damage.
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to play.
Okay.
I'll give Thwompkins a hug.
Aww.
Yeah,
It's just a joke, Anna.
Oh, okay. It's just a joke. I don't know what that meant though.
It's kissing.
You know, kissing.
It's like hugs, but for girlfriends.
For adults.
I'm trying not to. It's just so easy.
I still don't get it.
That's okay. I'm sorry. You're still one of my very best friends, even though you got cooties.
Best friend. Hugs harder.
Hugs.
Henry goes over to Daebella and says, "I'm really glad you guys are back. Thwompkins,
You did a pretty good job.
Thwompkins is not very smart."
We can clearly
Then I'm
see
playing
that.
him correctly.
Well, you made a new friend. That's pretty good. Who
Yeah,
is this?
I did my best. This is some guy. I'm not really sure.
Look at Daebella moving the plot along.
I do my best.
There's a plot.
He's just been standing there, leaning on his cane, just
Honestly,
kind of blissfully spacing out. Yeah.
He's used to
I'm
children.
not real sure about him either.
Well, you know what they say. Stranger danger.
Exactly.
They say that?
Yeah.
Wait, the stranger's in danger?
Well, maybe we should help them.
Maybe? I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just what they say. Stranger, do you need help?
Are you in danger?
Help would be great.
Okay, we can help you.
Oh, really? Are you done making fun of each other?
Well, you're next. Don't you wait a second.
Hey, now!
I'm gonna be real honest with you. We're probably not done making fun of each other.
That's
Not
fine.
anytime soon.
Oh, I remember kids. Thank you for reminding me why I moved down to the sewers far away from everybody else.
You live in
You're welcome.
sewers?
I mean, they say making fun is fun because it has the word fun in it. I don't know. I don't think it's that fun.
And
I'm
you're making it.
Oh, you're making fun. Oh.
Just make it happen. That's pretty cool.
Mind is blown.
Didn't take much. Very
Of course
small
not.
explosion.
Oh, yeah.
Thwompkins, are you with us?
Just like a little puff of smoke.
We'll wave my hand in front of his face.
Yeah.
Thwompkins? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Okay.
Is this thing on?
Angus, can't you see the red light? God, how bad are your eyes?
I can see the red light, but no one said to talk.
Hi, I am Marie Redgate, and this is...
Angus McRae.
And we fight monsters, because those are real.
The boogeyman that you fear, the real. That thing under your bed is also real. But we're here to fight them.
Kick their ass, but, that's close enough.
Do you even really think we should be doing this?
I mean, who would believe a couple of monster hunters from a little town called Hendrix, which we're stuck in, thanks to you?
Thanks to me.
I would have been gone a long time ago if I still had a car.
But I guess you shouldn't have drove it off a bridge.
We interrupt this bickering to inform you that we are Redgate and Wolf, an actual play Monster of the Week podcast.
Wait. Why is it Redgate and Wolf? Should not be Wolf and Redgate? I do all the work, and as she talked about kicking, I do that.
You wouldn't be able to go anywhere to kick ass if I didn't drive you there.
Drive me. You drive me crazy.
Find us on your favorite podcast app now.
Hey kiddos, it's Jason, your friendly neighborhood sitter, and I want to talk to you today about Anchor by Spotify. Anchor is an all-in-one podcasting app that lets you edit and record your podcast right from your phone or computer, and then host it on your favorite podcast-catching website. And the best part of all, it is absolutely free. Anchor is what we use to host Even Footing Games Presents Babies and Broadswords, and even though I've had to record this ad 15 times, what you're going to hear is the best version we have, thanks to Anchor. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. It is so easy, a baby could do it.
Thank you for listening to the Even Footing Games podcast. We have some exciting news this week. Our book, Babies and Broadswords, the book with all the rules, is now available on Drive-Thru RPG, as well as a free demo and character sheets. The ebook is available for pre-order on Amazon with physical copies coming very soon. We also want to let you know that we will be attending Playthrough Con in Raleigh, North Carolina, March 19th and 20th. We will have a booth and we'll be running games, so stop by and make your own childish chaos. Thanks as always to the gentlemen, and now back to our own shenanigans.
Okay, Dwayne, Joe, what can we help you with?
Well, I'm not. I guess I'm a stranger, just because no one's asked me my name, which no one.
What's your name?
No. Oh, now we think about it. Oh, someone needs to teach you kids politeness.
What's politeness?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. That's a weird word.
If we know your name, though, we won't be strangers anymore.
I'm not sure that's how that works, but okay.
He's still pretty strange, though.
Exactly.
Remember, kids, don't follow our examples about how to handle strangers.
You're good strange.
Yeah, there's different kinds. There's weird strange, good strange, and bad strange.
Yeah, the other thing, mister, is that you're not always supposed to give people your names because there's a guy...
Dead people.
Dead people are jerks.
Dead people are jerks.
Oh, you're talking about invisible ghost?
Pumpkins.
Well, I covered my mouth because I wasn't supposed to say his name.
We don't just give out our names.
That's fair. Dead people are jerks. It's an important lesson to learn.
Oh, you're smart.
You can call me the caretaker, because that's my job. I'm the caretaker.
Okay, caretaker.
What do you take care of?
You take care of the kids?
Well, I take care of the gardens.
Well, you should come
wait. Your name is caretaker and you take care of things? My name's Swampkins. Do I thwomp things?
Yeah.
Do I thwompkins things?
I thought that's why it was your name.
Have you met you?
Something tells me you probably do thwomp things. Yes.
But do I thwompkin things?
You can thwomp if you want.
Thwompkin things.
It's your party and you can thwomp if you want to.
You can thwompkin. Thwompkin to what?
I don't know. Anyway,
Excuse me.
Derail.
Didn't we just say, Thwompkins, that we weren't giving our names to this stranger?
No, we were talking about the jerk. Which I told him my name.
Yeah. We know.
He told us his name, isn't it? Polite.
I'm not being polite. I'm not here to make friends.
What do you want? What do you want, a reality show?
We can't make friends. I don't have any clay to make friends.
Well, okay. Well, I don't need to make friends with every random 4-year-old who roams down.
We can make fun.
Oh, I'm 3.
What?
You're funny looking, Angel.
Well, I would say the same for you, I suppose, but that would be rude.
Ignatius is on a teasing streak.
He's
got a taste for it now.
He's got a taste for it now. It's like, oh no. He's mad with power.
I realized I could give grumps by making fun.
Right.
Psychic damage.
I can dole out all the psychic damage.
Psychological damage.
Oh well, no, I'm like I said, I might be funny looking, but down here I don't really have to worry about how I look, just as long as I do my job, which is taking care of the garden and taking care of the tram system, which we're standing on right now.
A train, right?
Oh, train. We have a train?
Yeah, these are train tracks. And usually I take...
Knew it. I know everything.
You're very smart.
That's right.
And look at you leaning on against nothing. That's impressive.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yup.
He's so cool.
Jealous.
Are you all right? Do you have some sort of inner ear problem?
I'm just cool. Can't help myself.
Okay. Well, I'm old and don't know what the kids think is cool anymore.
That's true.
Oh, Jimmy can teach you, and And Henry does this thing called the smolder that's so cool.
Yeah, Henry's pretty cool, really.
Guys! Did you just give this guy my name?
What?
I didn't like give your name.
I feel like you just gave this guy my name.
No. I was telling Henry's name, and I'll point over to Daebella. That's Henry.
No, that's not Henry.
Oh gosh.
There comes a point where I might have to tone this down.
Maybe.
Henry's brain hurts.
The caretaker is just rubbing his temples.
Flumpkin gives everybody grumps. No.
We should give them fake names. That's what we should do. Give them fake. I'm not going to tell you my real name because my name is Imperio.
All right, Imperio and Thwompkins and Henry. And
wait, I gotta do a fake
Henry.
name.
Oh, a fake name, sure. Let's all come up with fake names.
That's a good idea.
I'm Bompkins.
Bompkins.
That's a good one.
I'm Bompkins.
And Imperio and Henry and not Henry.
That's right.
All right.
Not Henry's the best, though. That's the coolest.
I could not imagine what his name is. I know it's not Henry.
And that's a her. Thank you very much.
I thought Henry was the her, and not Henry was the dragon.
Oh, you fooled me. I see what you did there.
I don't even know what I did there.
That's right. It's working, guys.
Boy, I would love to just get you kids on the train and out of here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on a
train. I want to ride on a train.
I don't like to go with strangers.
You could go. I would just start the train, but we've got a problem.
I want to ride on the train.
Oh, that's the problem.
And he kind of motions with his cane over towards the giant spider web that's blocking the entire.
A train? Well, why through that? Don't you think?
But the problem is the train's on the other side.
Oh, I could get through.
Yeah, baby.
Henry. What was it?
Not Henry.
Not Henry.
Not Henry.
Okay, not Henry. What if you did the? What if you did like the smolder to the webs?
I get it now. You're not Henry.
Yeah, I'm not Henry.
I'm confused.
Excuse me. I happen to be a very majestic and cool dragon. And I have fire breath.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying.
If you just want me to get rid of this whole web for you by burning it up, I could probably do that.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah, I've seen Cindy kind of do that before.
Oh, this talk about Cindy. Put my pointer finger.
Oh, no. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Burn it down, not Henry.
I mean, if you think, but I'm all right. Sure, go ahead. Knock yourselves out, kids.
Henry says,
why?
Everybody, take a step back.
Knock myself out.
Yeah,
take
why?
a step back. The heat could be
okay.
intense.
Okay. This is going to be the best dragon breath I ever seen. Watch this. Henry is so cool. I'm stepping back.
Stepping back.
Henry goes in front of it and goes,
Okay, all right, before this happens.
I'm sorry, I try to laugh quietly. I know I'm too loud.
I'm crying, guys.
All right, Henry. Is everyone behind Henry?
Oh yeah.
Or not Henry, I should say.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand next to the caretaker. I actually want to ask him questions, but I'll wait.
Yeah. Everyone but not Henry, give me nosy rolls.
That'd be a 6.
9 for Ignatius.
Okay.
4 plus 2.
8.
Ignatius. You're looking at Henry, and you're looking at the web, and you're just waiting for the whole thing to go up in flames. When you see couple of black shapes like skitter out from kind of behind the web, and they're coming from the other side of the web, and they're like poking their heads over the opposite side and looking down at you all from the top, and all you see is kind of like a black cloak with little pointy noses sticking out from underneath the hood, and they seem to be chittering to each other. There's like
I'm gonna put my hand on Henry's shoulder and like point up there and be like, "What is that?"
Henry says, "I think it's just that Stevam trying to scare us again."
I don't think that's it, Stevam. Stevam don't talk like that. That's like
he doesn't.
Where is it, Stevam?
They're kind of short too.
He squiggled off somewhere. Esteban's probably floating on the ceiling somewhere. Who knows?
Thompkin scratches his bite mark.
Esteban is drinking plant blood right now. She's just biting all the plants just to see what'll happen. Yeah.
Oh no! You think what are they doing? We think they saying?
They're pointing down at you and saying,
"Hey, speak quiet! You're speaking funny."
You're speaking funny.
They talk to me, guys.
Well, you asked them to speak right, and they did. Yay!
That was nice.
Hi.
Excuse me, you've put this right in the way of a train, evidently, that we need to get on.
I really want to get on the train.
That's really rude to build it right in the middle of a train track.
It was rude for the train track to run over our home every 5 days.
What if you had a new home?
That does sound kind of rude.
Can we help you move?
Why should we have to move? We were here first.
Wait, you were here first?
Before the train?
As far as you know.
Wow, they're very, very old.
Well, like, not us personally, but our village has been there for a long time.
Wait, this is your village?
A village?
Well, no, this is a spider web that we made.
Oh, I don't know what a village
do you
is.
know them?
You made a spider web?
Well, we hired some spiders to make the web for us, yes.
Oh, you're not spiders?
Wait,
it's a contracting job.
Do you live in the spider web?
No, we don't live in the spider web. We live in our village, which is down that way.
And he points behind him towards the other direction.
Why would the train bother your village?
Maybe because our village is right in the middle of the tunnel?
Well,
it sounds like a bad place for a village.
It's a bad place for a train!
The tunnel's for the train, not for villages.
I'm gonna just point out, and I'm gonna use that's not what my book says.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, the tunnel was obviously made for the trade that has obviously been here quite some time, and I'm not thinking that it's possible that you were here first.
Oh gosh, there we go again, and we just sew him off.
And
no, no, you can weed.
Is there a brainy roll that goes along with that?
Yeah, I can make one because obviously that's what I was trying to do.
Trying
to convince them.
To convince them. So what is that's what my book says? Do what does that give you? What is
it gives me a +2 on a brainy roll.
Right. Go ahead and make the brainy roll then. Yep.
An 11.
Let's see if you outsmarted these strange little creatures. You got an 11 on.
Are you smarter than a rat?
Are you smarter than a rat? Nobody said they were rats, but they're rats. You are, in fact, smarter than a rat. They look at each other and they push their hoods back, and sure enough, there are two little beady rat eyes and rat faces, and they start chitting to each other quietly and like,
okay, that's fair. Yeah, all right, fine. Maybe we did kind of move onto the middle of the tracks, but we were definitely in the sewers longer than the train was.
Well, can we help you relocate some of your? I mean, I'm very majestic and huge, and I can carry a small village, I'm sure.
Or a medium village, I think. I think that, you've gotten even bigger since last I saw you.
My wings definitely are growing in.
More majestic.
With Wompkins, I'm sure between the two of us. We could definitely, maybe even relocate a large village.
Oh, sure. Wampkins, what do you think?
We'll take the village and push it somewhere else.
I was just thinking that the rats are kind of cool. That they're very cool looking. But yeah, what you guys said?
Well, I mean,
cool looking.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, well.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
If you think you can help us move our whole village,
yeah,
yeah, for sure, like in one trip.
And I give lessons in cool, and if you already got some cool going on, like Fwompkins is pretty good at spotting coolness. So,
I am?
Yeah, for sure. Or I'm sorry, pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
Yeah, but
and not Henry.
And I give lessons, so you got something to build on, and I can see that. And if you ever want cool lessons, I can help you out.
I think we would be happier with just the train not running over our village every couple of days. But yeah, kid, sure, cool lessons. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
I guess. Well, okay, sure. I think I can convince the others that sounds good, but we still do have the problem of the giant spider web.
No, that's not a problem.
Not
Just
a problem
back
at
up.
all.
Back up a little bit. Watch out for the majestic files.
Okay.
I'll be back way up, and I'll back up again.
You see the web shake as they kind of skitter off the web, and you hear a tiny little voice.
All right, we're away from the web now.
And Henry says, "Everybody back for the inferno of heat that could erupt."
And Tompkins was standing right next to Henry. He's like, "Oh, right, okay," and backs up.
He'll come.
Henry, you are building your internal combustion, sucking in oxygen inside your tiny dragon body. Chemicals are mixing, and you blast out a roll. Give me a beefy roll to see if you are dragon enough to dragon it up.
Okay, I'm gonna use my perk when I do this. My big boned perk, so that I can add that. So I'm gonna knock off one cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do this. 10 total.
Henry, what does it look like when you incinerate the spider web?
And hopefully it comes out the front end and not the back end.
I think that it comes out just, it's not actually an inferno. It's just big enough to definitely make a person-sized or a toddler-sized hole. But that's huge for Henry.
Yeah.
And he kind of moves his head up and tries to get a little bit and move around so that he can make it a little bit wider.
Yay, Henry.
But it's probably not doing much else because it was all one burst.
Oh, yay, not Henry.
Ooh.
So Henry gives a burst of flame. A jet might be too
generous
nice a word. Yeah, too generous a term. Thank you. A plume. Yeah, perhaps a plume. Somewhere between a burst and a plume. And for a moment, it seems like the whole web is going to just erupt into flames, but it sputters out about 4 feet up and just kind of.
Wow!
But it is enough to get you
awesome.
So cool,
guys. I've been working on my majesty.
Oh my gosh, not Henry.
So majesty.
Incredible.
The
Thanks, Imperio.
Did he do it? Did he get rid of the spider web?
Yeah.
Look at this. I can walk right through.
And you do. You walk right through. Oh, the caretaker comes up and he puts his hands out and he feels the web, but then he feels like the small toddler-sized hole. He's like, oh, well, I guess that's something. Good job, little dragon. I suppose that does something for you.
I am an almost grown dragon. Thank you very much.
Do you actually know how big dragons get?
Put my hand above my head, be like, this big.
Yeah,
this big.
Exactly. That's how big Imperio knows. He
I'll
knows lots about dragons too.
This big.
It's pretty big. And if the caretaker could see more than 3 inches in front of his face, he would probably just shake his head. Yeah, you're almost full grown. You sure are.
He's just gotta hit his growth part.
Yep.
Why are you
That's
hitting
right.
growth spurts? That's right. You almost hit a growth spurt when your tendrils took root about an hour ago there, Lee. Two little rats in hoods are standing on the other end of the wall, looking at, and they kind of poke their heads out and look at the opening like, "Oh, that's great. That's great for us. I think you could fit the whole village through there. Come on, follow us.
Let's go. We'll lift your whole village with these big beefy arms."
Funkins has a slightly disgusting idea. He's going to take that booger and wrap it up in some of the web. That booger he's got from the toilets.
So it's a
web.
super sticky webbed booger, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll write that down and we'll figure out what that's going to do at some point. Gross. Wompkins is just disgusting.
He is.
Y'all, he just keeps playing.
One baby's got to be the gross baby
with his booger. Yeah, like
always
every
a gross
time
baby.
Wompkins is just kind of it's like a fidget spinner almost. He's just rolling his booger. And
It's all covered in dust now, so it doesn't stick
it's
as
like
much on his hand. He's
no
got to
thanks.
re-stick it with the web.
No thanks. And the two mice turn tail and they scamper down along the tracks with the four of you close behind to their little ratty village deep in the underground, and that's where we're going to leave off today.
Yeah.
The Rat Village.
Off towards the Rat
I'm
Village.
so excited.
Yay, Rat Village.
I'm excited to lift a rat's nest.
So thanks everyone for listening. This has been another episode of Babies and Broadswords. If you're going to stick around, we'll talk a little bit about we'll do a little game chat discussion. But if you're just here for the adventure, then
Bye.
turn the volume off. Turn the volume down and just let it play the rest of the way out so that we can get the numbers.
Please.
Despite the fact that most of our characters can't count, we do like numbers.
We do like numbers. We love numbers. Mostly high numbers. But we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
For the rest of you,
if you're still here.
For the cool kids.
Cool people.
Yeah. So I thought since we're at the point right now where we're pretty much done with the game, it's a good time to start looking ahead. So what are some things that each of us sort of are on our wish list for maybe the next edition or further supplements? What are some things that you'd like to see us, that we would like to try for the next edition of Babies and Broadswords? Because I'm guessing what we'll probably do is put out, for me, what I would like to do is to do like a big kids rule version where we just, where it's just big kids rules. It's just a more kind of crunchier variation of the game. So that's probably what I would like to start working on. And this feeds into the conversation we had last time about campaign games, how to make this a campaign. And I think more big kids ruled would definitely lend itself to a longer play session.
Absolutely.
So long kids rules.
A long kids rules.
Tall kids rules.
But how about the rest of you? What are you guys working on? What are some things that you'd like to see in our next book, our next iteration?
I want more than 3 abilities.
Okay. So more class abilities? Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be fun, yeah. Maybe we could do like classes expanded, like not necessarily leveling up because we don't really have that, but like after a certain amount of adventures, you can choose like a new ability or something like that.
Or it could be, you could learn it based on finding something.
So kind of the same.
Like
a
a
knack.
loot.
Yeah.
Except that it becomes more a part of your character that you can keep using should you have the items to power it. Less number of times per in between breaks.
One thing I thought might be kind of interesting is, and this was something that Aaryn was talking about in regards to like plenty of sessions back where she didn't have many combat abilities with Henry, while I pretty much had all combat abilities with Wompkins. But what if we broke the abilities down into 3 categories? Combat, non-combat, utility. And then you get to choose. You get to choose 1 combat out of a few choices, 1 support or non-combat out of a bunch of choices, and 1 utility out of a bunch of choices for your class. So that way everyone always has something.
I was thinking, well, kind of like if we look at a few other games where there's a package you can take later on, maybe there are different packages with cute names. I don't even know where to. I'm not that clever to come up with them off the top of my head, but kind of like character choices later. Like after you've played a full adventure several times, you can add a package to your character that gives you a whole slew of abilities that are maybe some of them might be more knacks or something, but then there might be other things that your character gets as well, like other abilities. Not necessarily class, but a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, one thing that's interesting with a bunch of Powered by the Apocalypse games, what they do a lot of times is they let you, as for leveling up options, is choose a move from another playbook, from another class.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So, for example, like if, suddenly Ignatius starts to, be able to, hang around with Henry, learn how to read more, maybe he could actually pick up God, I'm trying to remember the name of the move. The one where he basically spouts out information.
Right.
We could call it like older kids or something like that.
Well, yeah, I actually, in my research, I'm going to call it research, I'm doing air quotes right now. I've watched a whole bunch of cartoons over the past 3 months. And, and I'll tell you, Recess really fits the bill as what we're kind of like.
Oh, like the mood?
Yeah.
Recess and like Hey Arnold is kind of the vibes I get.
I mean, Rugrats. For me, I always default to Rugrats.
Younger, yeah.
Yeah, Rugrats.
I admit with Thwompkins, I sometimes think of Aro Monsters.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them, but I'm pointing toward we can have older kid, maybe some older kid rules where you play 9-year-olds or 8-year-olds and have a whole bunch more abilities.
Sure.
That'd be like its own whole book, yeah.
And then you
that
have
would be cool.
a deeper levels of the game with all these different kids, because we have all the way up to a 14-year-old here.
Oh man, so, I could be a preteen Thwompkins.
You could.
I think that would be cool. Yeah.
I was a preteen Thwompkins. He still wouldn't understand what that whole kissing the two fingers thing means. Probably.
Well, that was my thinking for a while. We were trying to figure out what a level up system would look like, and it almost feels like it's your birthday. Like when it's your birthday, you level up. Now we are 6. Now we are 7. Maybe you get to the point, and maybe the game gets to the point where, how most games are. This is for level 5 to 7 adventures, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. This is for ages 8 to 9. This is when your character is 9. You play. So
we should change the title to Kids and Catastrophes.
Right, or something along those lines. Yes, exactly.
Catastrophe spelled with a K.
As we go.
For sure. Yeah.
I do also like the idea that as you've played your character changes a lot. Like, I feel, especially since, we made these characters sort of before the rules as they are now.
True. Yeah.
Because Henry had a clever perk, I think is what it was called when I first, or his bonus. I really like the fact that my class +1 became Guile, and I feel like I've leaned more into that than, like, it wasn't my intent, but that's how it
helped guide you.
Yeah. And so, like, having kind of being able to put more of that into my class might be really cool for Henry
moving forward.
Yeah. To have more kind of like talking people into things, kind of with my cool dragoniness.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the numbers come out kind of weird sometimes on lows. For example, like you have 2s as your lowest.
Yeah.
And I know that no, unless I roll a flat out 6, I'm probably never going to get anything better than a 7, or I guess an 8.
And that is a case of me learning to be a sitter, because what the optimal game is in the way that I want to play it and it's supposed to be played, and again, I'm also trying to get out of the D&D headspace.
That's always hard.
It's always hard because that's what I've been doing. I'm not only are we developing a new game, but we're also trying to teach ourselves how to play this game at the same time. But what the situation is supposed to be is that the sitter presents the obstacle, and then the players decide how they're going to defeat the obstacle. So that you're not necessarily, well, I can't do any brawny stuff, so I'm not even going to try doing this. It's about, I'm going to figure out another way that's going to play to my strengths. So I need to get better as the sitter at presenting the obstacle and not telling you how to You know what I mean? Not telling you how you're going to beat it.
Honestly, I've been interpreting our rules kind of more towards narrative results rather than just, you did it or don't.
Yeah.
It's more narrative. It's like, oh, well, you rolled high, so yeah, it goes great. Oh, you didn't roll so great, so it kind of works, but not really. Oh, you rolled low, yeah, something not too good happens.
And that's how, and narratively, that's how I try to put it along. But the whole how you deal with the situation is supposed to be much more up to the player than it is up to the sitter.
For example, like me using, and this is not everybody was here for this, but instead of there was everybody else did a nimble roll to get through things, and I had Henry stay back and watch someone else, and then I asked to use Brainy instead.
Yeah. Was that when we were making our way to the bathrooms? Because I think we were all there for that one.
Yes.
It was the diaper minefield down at the bottom of the sewer.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I just need. But I think when we get to that point where we are focusing more on, when I get to the point, and as we run the games, as we get to the point more where it's presenting the obstacle, presenting the challenge, letting the players come up with how they defeat it, then those detriments, those low stats.
D&D has sage advice. We have sitter advice.
It's the Babysitter's Club. Yeah.
I think this is also a good place for that, especially as we are not changing rules, is to kind of provide some playing advice. And if people have questions, we can definitely answer them here about how we do it. But obviously, we're also a game where we are really wanting you to make it your own as well.
Right.
And so we want to also hear from you on how you're interpreting things and how they're running in your game.
I mean, that's one of the things with tabletop role-playing games is wording is everything. And it's so easy to interpret things. Like I've seen discussions happen about literally that created two totally different results based on just literal interpretation.
Well, I think it's safe to say that rule of cool is what this game's all about.
Well, which is why, I mean, you had your own interpretation of what quiet meant.
Right.
A lot of us were like, wait, what?
Why does that make sense?
Why?
And then we turned it to cool.
Right.
Because we all could not deny cool.
Yep, you can't deny cool.
That's true.
Yeah.
But no, I would like to see more classes, obviously. Paladins, or honestly, I would love a psychic baby.
Ooh,
I would love a psionic baby just for laughs.
Man, that would be some Stephen King territory stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the Warwock. That's
true.
That's borderline.
I mean, if we're saying like D&D analogs, I feel like Henry has wants to be more of a bard. Like he wants to just talk people into stuff all the time.
Right.
Technically, it's any
there's
charisma
definitely
character.
like a lot of classics that we're trying to interpret, and we're already working on those for the next book. So
and have a template to build your own class.
Absolutely,
that'd be cool. Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Which I think was part of the reason why breaking the abilities down, like I was suggesting earlier, would probably make that a lot easier.
Sure. You could just have a pool of abilities to choose from. Absolutely, I think that's. All right, that's an idea.
A class is literally like the all-around baby, where you can literally just pick abilities from other books. Of course, that would have to be really watched over because that could be really broken.
Yeah,
you may have
everything is sitter approval.
Baby geniuses. Yep. All right. Well, I think what we're all kind of leaning towards is just expanding upon the ideas that we've already got. It's more of what we have. Not necessarily getting rid or completely changing anything. It's increasing. It's going further with what we already have.
Well, and I think our whole goal was to kind of create a very easy system that we could put more into.
Exactly.
With this first book.
Right. And it seems, at least to me, and it seems to the five of us that we have done that, or we have to whatever extent accomplished that. It seems like a system that's very easy to build on top of, which is what you want for a new system. It's you want that sturdy set of core rules that then can be shifted, moved, and expanded upon without breaking things completely. Yeah.
I think setting options would probably be good too, because I mean we got Lady Chastity's, which is Lady Chastity's great, but oh man, come on, can you imagine like practically like a Smurf village, with the babies?
Well, how much time have we actually?
You can do modern times.
Yeah, easily, yeah.
Or school.
School, yeah.
Especially for doing kitties and catastrophes.
Right. School would be easy. Yeah. Running roughshod in the daycare, absolutely.
Neverland sort of situation would be kind of cool.
Oh, that would be neat.
You've already got the pirates. Yep. Yeah, no, I think that's a good thing about a system too. That with ambiguous as some things are, you can very easily set it to different times.
I still have another class called the Imagineer, but I think Disney would sue us.
I think we had actually talked about the Imagineer, and then the whole thing was that's actually what they call the Disney folks. Yeah,
and Aaryn said, "Nope,
nope,
it's trademarked."
Imaginator. It's the Imaginator.
Imaginer.
The Imaginer. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
That's the Aaryn role, is just saying nope.
Yep. and that works for us. Yep. The Aaryn veto. She's got that line. I am 51% of the vote. All right. So, if you at home who've been listening along have anything that you think we should add or expand upon for the next book, the next iteration, future iterations, let us know. We're pretty much good with the core rule system, but like we said, it's a core rule system. It's not the whole thing. Wherever Babies and Broadswords goes from here is going to be up to you as much as it's up to us. Got a little construction work going on in the house. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
And that's a good place to end up for today, since apparently we are putting holes in walls in my house.
Construction crew has arrived. We can edit that out, right? No.
I don't know, because we haven't a lot of talking. So probably not. That's
it's fine.
So thank you all for joining us on this top rate podcast. Obviously, we are.
We are expanding and growing even as we speak.
Any support is appreciated.
Jason's studio is being expanded.
Please go to our Patreon.
Yep. Yes, we have a Patreon. We have many...
For soundproofing foam.
For soundproofing foam.
For every time we made you laugh, you have to add a tier on.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, did you know this is the Don't Laugh Challenge podcast?
So from all of us here,
please shut me up.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Rate us on Spotify and iTunes 5 stars.
Yeah, Spotify just added ratings, so if it takes like 2 seconds, just go ahead and give us a 5-star if you enjoy it.
Yeah, if you don't see it on the website, I think it's you have to do it on the mobile.
It's for sure on mobile.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Check out Jimmy's new podcast, Heroes of Hinterspalt. It's good.
Yes, I love it.
And we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.